Primary 5, how are you guys doing? I hope you slept well and that you copied your science notes yesterday. No, yesterday we had the science lesson on the revolution of the earth. The revolution of the earth. And that was linked up to the rotation. Rotation was actually based on the movement of the earth around the sun in one day, 24 hours. And then revolution yesterday was quite different from rotation. It was still the movement of the earth around the sun, but this time around in 1 year, or 365 and 1/4 or 1/4 days. 365 and 1/4 or 1/4 days. And we said, as the sun, the earth is moving around the sun, as the earth is moving around the sun, the earth spins on its axis too. The earth spins on its axis in an oval-shaped axis. Oval-shaped axis. Knowing fully well that the earth, as we saw in the model of the earth, which is a globe, is tilted in outer space. Is tilted in outer space. Today, we are looking at the solar system. We are looking at the solar system. The solar system is still linked to every other topic we have been studying in science for the past 3 weeks because we have been focusing on the outer space. So we want to look at the solar system. What is the solar system? Before we talk of the solar system, it is important for us to know that a system is made of different components, like the engine of a car. There are different parts that work together. So we can have an idea that in the solar system, there are different bodies that function together in the solar system. So, before we even start looking at the solar system, let us look at what scientists thought of the solar system hundreds of years ago. Scientists had some conceptions about the solar system that are not true today. So, hundreds of years ago, scientists thought that it is the earth that was at the center of the solar system. That it is the earth that was at the center of the solar system. This was a group of scientists. They thought that the earth, our planet earth, was at the center of the solar system because they couldn't explain why the sun was appearing in different places, different hours of the day. Different hours of the day, they would see the sun in different positions. So they believed that the earth was not moving, it is the sun that was moving. And so the earth was at the center of the solar system. But yet, another group of scientists said no, it must be the sun that is at the center of the solar system. That it must be the sun that is at the center of the solar system. There was a problem. There wasn't anybody to solve this problem because nobody could actually tell what was at the center of the solar system. But 400 years after this argument between the two groups of scientists, somebody came up, an astronomer. An astronomer is somebody who studies planets. At the same time, he's an astronaut because he needs to travel into outer space in order to study the planet. And we are going to come across a familiar name that we have seen before. His name is Mr. Galileo. He came up to answer the question that these two groups of scientists could not answer. What did he do? He created a telescope. A telescope is an instrument that you can use to see far away from our Earth into outer space. He created a telescope, and with his telescope, he was able to see the planets, the stars, and the moons clearly because there are many moons. He saw the stars, the planets, the moon, the sun clearly, and from his telescope he proved that it is what? The sun. It is the sun that is the sun is at the center of the solar system. The sun is at the center of the solar system. And he also said there are 8 planets surrounding the sun, 8 planets moving around the sun, including our own planet Earth. So you can see on the chessboard, the first planet is Mercury, the second planet is Venus, the third planet is our planet Earth, the fourth one is Mars, the fifth Jupiter, the sixth Saturn, the seventh Uranus, and the eighth Neptune. The eighth Neptune. These are the planets that move around what is at the center of the solar system, which is the sun. Which is the sun. So he proved to us that there are many moons in outer space. There are many moons, and our moon, the moon that we see here, is one of the moons that are found in outer space. And he said there is a dirty lump of ice, that moves in large orbit around the sun. A dirty lump of ice that moves in large orbit around the sun in outer space. And the name of that dirty lump of ice is called comet. It's called comet. The name of that dirty lump of ice is called comet. And he said between the planet Mars and Jupiter, and Jupiter, there are rocks and objects called asteroids. They are rocky objects called asteroids. That orbit the sun. These rocky objects go around the sun. They are called what? Asteroids. And they are found between two planets, Mars and Jupiter. And he said when rocks and particles from space enter the Earth's atmosphere, they are called meteoroids or shooting stars. When rocks or particles from outer space enters the Earth's atmosphere, they are called meteoroids or shooting stars. So what we have learned today is that the sun is at the center of the solar system, and that there are 8 planets moving around the sun in our solar system. And these 8 planets, as you can see from this line, they reflect light from the sun. And he said there are many moons that are found in outer space. And our moon, the moon we see here on Earth, on our planet Earth, is one of the moons. So please, thank you very much for paying attention to yet another science class, this time around about the solar system. I hope I've been able to communicate what the solar system is and how it looks like. Please copy your notes, check your textbook, you'll get more visible diagrams of the solar system. If you cannot see the one that is on the chalkboard very clearly, please, I have also prepared a PDF paper for you. I'm going to send it on the platform, and I have hard copies here at the receptionist. So you choose which one you want to get, but do endeavor to read and give me your questions on my private WhatsApp. Have a wonderful Wednesday. Stay blessed. Bye-bye.